So here I am with my two super cute little cooks. Kaya is going to be making the sauce for the pasta that we're going to be making. Paige is getting the water ready for the pasta that we're going to be making. And today I wanted to walk you around our kitchen just a little bit. We're off grid, we haul our own water. We do not have a pressurized water system. Instead, Kaya hauls all the water from the well that has to be pumped like this. All the skin out. So I wanted to walk with you through my basic tools that I use in my kitchen, and I already owned all these. Nothing was repurchased when we moved into the tiny house. The only thing that happened is we just downsized. Any crappy pans, and 7 spatulas is way too many. We now have 2 spatulas. So really what we did is we shrank everything down to just the number of things that were really high quality that we would use every day, and we did that by just trial and error. Mostly we had some things still in storage, but as I saw, oh, I need another pan, I would go get another pan. And when I saw that I never even thought about these other pans that were also nice, I gave them away. Because after a few months, if you never use this dish, you're probably not going to use it. So first off, I really like to have enamelware. They're cast iron that has enamel on the outside, so that you don't, instead of being like a regular cast iron, you want to hand it to me? Thank you. Instead of being like a regular cast iron, where if you use it with liquids, or you wash it wrong, all of your seasoning comes off. Instead with these, you have the heat retention, and also the fact that they're heavy duty and just beautiful. That's the added benefit of having the enamel. So cast iron, we have 1 cast iron pan, and that's it. We use this for pancakes, we use it for omelets, and anything that's going to be juicy that this is too shallow for, we use our enamel. So just 1. Next is your sharpening stone. I love having a sharpening stone, and I only have 1 good knife. I have a favorite knife. I use it for everything from butchering to cooking, and I just don't keep the redundancy. Why not have 1 really nice knife and just take really good care of it? So I have a sharpening stone. No point having a knife if you're not going to take care of it. And then I have 2 bowls. It looks like the girls used them for washing dishes and then didn't wash them out afterwards. Once again, a really great tool to teach kids how to take care of things. So one of these, this is the wash basin, this is the rinse basin, and then when we're not using them for washing or rinsing, we're using them for cooking. So Paige, it looks like you need to come and rewash these dishes. Do you have some water? Come do it. It takes about 2 quarts of water to do a batch of dishes, which means that Kaya can go haul enough water to do it. We don't have so many dishes that whoever is doing dishes feels bogged down by it. And again, with so few dishes, I can keep up on it. I can make sure the kids are doing it right, and it's really hard for dirty dishes to get past me. Okay, so this is my cutting board. I only have 1 cutting board. I would like to do a built-in cutting board as part of one of my surfaces. I'm thinking about building a workstation over the top of our little fridge so that it makes use of that space, and I would like to put in a butcher block on top of that. But for now, this is what I have. This is our 1 cutting board, and it works great. Steamer. And last but not least, this is our pressure cooker. And what it does is it saves us a lot of propane. Something that would ordinarily take 15 minutes to maybe 45 minutes to cook will take 2 minutes or 10 minutes at the most. Indispensable. We can make potatoes by steaming them and use them to eat for dinner, and then save the cold ones for hash browns in the morning. We do hard-boiled eggs in this, and it's just a fantastic tool for making your propane go further. So John made this for me a couple of years ago out of kindling and finishing nails, and I use it for drying dishes on. And I do try to have anything that I own have some kind of sentimental value. For instance, these enamel pots were my grandma's, and again, the drying rack was made by John. I have other things all along the top that I really try to make things be doubly useful. I want them to be beautiful, and I also want them to be useful. So
This.
like that. Makes a good decoration, but we also use it for lighting. I don't want anything in my cabin that doesn't bring happy, joyful thoughts. If you've ever read the book, oh no, what's it called? The spark. Oh, I'll have to look it up. It's about cleaning, and it's that everything you own should spark joy. And it's a book about cleaning and keeping things organized, but what it's really about is that when you surround yourself with things that you don't care about, then you really don't care about the things that surround you. So why not have everything be something that you made or that someone else made for you, or that really has meaning to you. So I do have a skirt around the bottom of our wash station, and that is to hide the food storage that's underneath, and we also use it as a drying rack underneath. And
I'm holding it right now.
You are holding it right now. Okay, don't break it, please. I do love these kind of shelves because you can put hooks on them and you can dress them up or whatever you want to do with them. I hope eventually to have it all built in so that it's wood, but for now I feel like it's extremely functional. One thing we're kind of missing in this kitchen is a washing station where we can actually put the water up and have it come out of a spigot. That is something I would like to build into this so that I could have a 5-gallon drum of water in here with the spigot. I think it would just make it the aesthetic nicer, and it would make it just a little bit more convenient, especially in winter. We really need some kind of couch, and we need a breakfast table, but because of the strange shape of our kitchen, we are needing to make it ourselves, and I am not confident in my woodworking skills yet to that point. Winter. But I think with any DIY project, as long as you're taking care of like the safety features, making sure people are safe, then the rest of it is just aesthetic. So we'll see how far that goes. Make sure to go check out Laurie Family Homestead. They have lots of videos about outdoor kitchen cooking. One of them is with pizza, which I think is fantastic. And the video that they're making for Sunday is about egg muffins, which would be paleo, and I'm super excited to see that. And so go check them out, and we'll talk to you later.
And then put the onions in, right?
And you're gonna go heat the oil up.
And so what am I gonna do with the onions?
So you're gonna put the onions in after the oil is heated.
Oh, I got a little bit of oil.
Okay, hold it and let it drip a bit. Don't shake it, just let it drip. Okay, this is our workstation. The reason that I have this here is that it keeps water from draining through into our drainage shelf and also into our groceries. So I have this here so that it's more of a work surface so that we're not getting our wood floors wet. These are our dishwashing bowls, and usually I have 2 pans here and a cutting board here, but because we're in the middle of a meal, we don't. I love these shelves because you can hook things onto them. They hang nicely, and I think it looks a little bit decorative. I did add the skirt at the bottom because I didn't like being able to see everything. This is an essential part of any off-grid situation is a wood cook stove. We don't have it hooked up yet. This one has propane burners so that as it gets colder, instead of trying to heat water up outside where it's using way too much fuel, we'll be able to boil water in here. I think we'll still do quite a bit of cooking outside because in this small of a space, venting can be interesting. So that will be part of the experiment. We really like this camp cooker. It's very sturdy. The flame gets very high, so that when we need to boil water for showers, we can. And I would like to finish this off so that we didn't have wind. That is one thing that when it gets windy out here, even though these are very strong flames, it doesn't necessarily protect it from the wind very well. This is our little oven. The oven itself works much better than the range on the top does. It only has one setting. And one of the problems you'll find off-grid when you're also doing building projects is that when you have your tools out here and you're working on them and your space is limited, you get sawdust and other dirty things that make it a little bit unsafe to use this. So we do have to clean this every time before we use it. But it's plenty big for us. We have taken old plastic bags and cut them and crocheted them into a hanging bag for fruit. We have our few pans up here. We have sugar up here to keep ants out of it.
This is gonna go on boil.
You guys have already seen our food storage ladder that goes up into the storage loft. And we have finished our shelf. It's really surprising how little stuff we actually use. Everything here is utilitarian. That holds silverware. We have vanilla and apple cider vinegar and oils and other things up here. I have a colander in here. We have all of our spices in that little box. That holds pens. And those are my milk filters. So another thing is that we have this storage underneath our bench here that I haven't quite figured out how I want to finish it, and I think I want a lip at the bottom so that it holds things in, and then I don't know if I want to have some doors that come out of it or if I just want to put fabric over it so that we can't see it. I don't like the fabric idea as much because I think it holds spiders and pests and things. But this is our workstation. It works pretty well. We do have a little teeny tiny fridge, which is really nice.
Hold on. No. This would be done. Right. I'm just putting it on the low for a reason. And we need to watch.
Oil